Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome to the show. We're going to get right into it here. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Congratulations to Mike Yench for getting his Jedi Luke, and I hope everybody's doing well. So, yeah, lots of crazy stuff happening in the world of Star Wars. But before we get there, Abby's not going to make it this week, not feeling well tonight, so she'll be back next week. But we do have RangerJ1999 for the first time in a couple weeks. How you doing, friend? I know you've been very busy with the charity stream, and how's everything going there?
That's going good, man. We're raising a lot of money, and just it was a long weekend, and so yeah, it's been helter skelter, but glad to be back.
Of course, and of course the wonderful and talented, but not feeling too brave today. Wants to be a little shy tonight with the camera. Good old Maurice. Or?
Oops, sorry. What's going on, guys?
Not much. How are you?
Pretty good.
But yeah, I hope you guys are doing all right. I mean, let's talk about these Galactic Legends. First and foremost, let me pull them up here on screen. That's really the main topic of conversation today. I want to discuss, obviously, the two new characters made available. I wasn't sure how soon they were going to become available. I'm pretty surprised, actually, that they became available this rapidly, but they just kind of dropped, and now there are some people out there. They're out there in the wild. People have them. I watched Arnold T101 unlock Palpatine the other day, so very cool to see. Are these like whale only characters at the moment, or are there any people that are just like prepared? Like, I mean, are there a lot of these out there right now?
Well, I mean, it's whale only if they already have them, because that means they're dropping into the 400 refreshes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was, man. I know I've spent some money, but I think I think for Luke, it's realistic that somebody can get him, just kind of luckily. Maybe you need some Mon Mothma shards, but Palp, with the exception of Piet. I mean, if you've always been like like Arnold T101, for instance, if you're like an Empire fanatic, then you kind of lucked out in that regard. You finally got some redemption for your decision to go Empire. So, happy for those guys.
What about you, Ranger? How close are you on these two characters?
I should be a lot closer, but the first two times I did the tier 3 event for Luke, it went horribly wrong. So I finally got in the third attempt, I got it, and I'll have 2 more attempts tomorrow. So I should have him almost unlocked. Just have him unlocked the next 2 or 3 days. I'm doing the 350s, 3100s, and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do the 4s, the 8s. I'm not going to go crazy getting him, because I'm on pace to have a character that most people don't have. So,
do you see him? What's up, Megatron? Do you see him out there in the wild? I mean, have you seen him in arena?
No, nobody's got him.
I've got one on my shard, but this is the guy that had like both GLs last time in like 2 weeks. So.
Oh really?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't see anybody in my shard having them yet. So no, I'm not even seeing Palpatine yet. So, not too worried about it. I mean, just gonna keep going like I am. So I'll pretty much be 75% of the way there tomorrow if I get those 2 tier 3s done, which I should, and then it'll be another day or 2 just to get the rest of the tickets I need for the rest of it. So, at least by Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday, I'll have him unlocked, and I've got most of the gear, so it'll just be a matter of, and the Zeta's already saved up, so it'll just be a matter of getting the Omega stuff done.
Okay. Okay. And they changed up the way you farm the tickets for the Galactic Legends, right? So it's different now?
Yes. I actually like it a lot more.
Okay.
It does seem a lot more forgiving, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right,
the events aren't, but the tickets have gotten a little bit easier to get.
So basically, unlocking Luke and Palpatine are harder than unlocking Kylo or Rey.
It was initially for anybody that went for it immediately, because I think like the issue people were running in, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, little Maurice, not having the Zeta on Sidious made it a lot harder to do, and then the first 2 missions for Luke are fine. it was the tier 3. I went in blind, so I didn't have anybody to. No, I mean I did it right with the event launch, so I didn't know what works and what didn't work, and I ended up losing the first 2. Now that I know what I need to do, it's to the point. So a lot of people initially ran into those problems initially, so which kind of sucks because it's a lot of tickets. That's one thing I don't like about the ticket system. If you have any bad RNG or something like that happens, you are basically hosed. Right? That's where it's unforgiving. So, but now that I've got it figured out, then it's like, yeah.
Well, as a content creator, though, you know, you're doing your job. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, the vast majority of people are just going to go maybe to the 100s, maybe 200s. They're not even going to have enough ticket stacks. So they get a nice look at, you know, how to do the event, what they should and shouldn't do, and save their tickets that way. Like, it sucks for us. I did the same thing on Thursday. I about lost here, too. I just pure luck I won. You know, like, it's... You learn on the fly, but it's fun, and you know, it's nice to give people a heads up because, you know, not everybody's in the same position, and they can't be wasting tickets because they only refresh it, you know, 50s, maybe 100s. So, you know, it's worth it.
Okay. What's going on, Thane? What's up, Nightmare? What's up, Slash? Slash said he got his Jedi Master Luke Relic 7. Haven't seen any in Arena though. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Nightmare asked Gom, did you see any in TW? Have you seen any of the new Galactic Legends in TW?
I saw one guy. We're facing Husky Patrol. I did see one Luke just kind of hanging out randomly in like a Padme zone or something. So like, you know, they're out there, and of course the guy had him all decked out. I didn't get to fight it. Unfortunately, I wanted to. I think we were all really chomping at the bits, and my idea was not as good as somebody else's, so I didn't get to fight it. But it's like a Relic 7 Jolie, Relic 7 Ezra, kind of the leftover Jedi. I think Barris was in there. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out on paper the best way to put Jedi Knight Anakin on the team. I just don't know that I can do it and still have a Padme team, so I'm in a pickle.
So, a Ranger's on thing. He's on. He's not flaking. Ranger didn't flake last week either. He's been busy. He's got the he's been doing a lot of charity related stuff, and I mean he's generated a lot of money for the American Cancer Society.
I don't know. It's just thing talking shit.
So I mean,
yeah, Ranger streamed all the way up. What did you stream till?
I think he streamed like
10 o'clock Saturday night.
12
36
hours,
straight hours.
36 hours.
Yeah, I went up to about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because right then, but then I literally passed out of my chair. I was so tired. They finished up, I think, another hour after that doing the ghost game that they were doing. So I literally fell asleep in my chair, and I just literally, as soon as I woke up, I was doing it on myself. I was like, okay, time to go to lay down. I was like, okay, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. No, I mean, what you guys do is awesome. I gotta tell you. I mean, like, that's fantastic. You know, I mean, you know, there's lots of people out there that benefit from your work. That's fantastic. You know?
Yeah, the ACS is a fantastic organization, and we'll be having another one on the 31st. So Halloween, we're gonna have another event to raise more money. So our initial goal is 10,000, but we always set it for 10,000. Then we blow by it, and then we're like, how much more can we raise? And you know, like last year we raised 20, like right around 20,000. So
that's insane.
You can do that every year. If you can do that every year, then I think we've done mission accomplished.
That's insane. You know, that's fantastic. You know, so just initial impressions on these two characters is kind of where I want to go with this. Which one's better? Do you guys think that Luke is better than Palpatine, or vice versa? I mean, obviously they're going to be relatively. They're both going to be good, kind of like Rey and Kylo. But I mean, if you know, initially I would say the first impressions were that Rey was out the gate a little bit better than Kylo, which has changed a little bit because they made some adjustments to Kylo. But initial impressions, is one of these guys better than the other one, or are they both kind of equal?
I think they're kind of equal.
Yeah, I don't see one being. I mean, Palpatine has a little bit more versatility in who you can use him with and things of that nature, but again, we don't have enough information really to make that judgment. You know, when you look at the recommendations that they had for the characters, you're not going to put that team together. Well, people are going to run that shit. You'll run it maybe in Arena, but you're not going to run that in GAC and TW and stuff like that. So it's going to be dependent on who can do more with lesser characters in those things, in GAC and TW. But go ahead, Gon.
Oh no, I was gonna finish. I was just gonna say we got to look at Palpatine. On Thursday, it was kind of cool. KP67 joined us. He had one without his ultimate, and Oblivion is on his shard, and he actually joined us on the stream, and they were just testing stuff out. That Palpatine, if you could get that ultimate, that's ball game. You win. It's pretty cool to see him just waste the whole team.
What is his ultimate?
Basically, instantly kill any linked enemy, and you can link enemies throughout the battle. Kind of use it strategically and get them all linked, and then when he pops his ultimate off, he just kills them all.
But what's the animation? Does he like just shoot electricity, or like what does he do?
It's like a ball in the air and lightning comes from it. It's kind of like a chain lightning thing.
Okay, so it's kind of like what he did in the movie.
That's a good question. I couldn't tell you. Like I was just, I was.
The animation's kind of like that. A little bit different, but yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, again, we just don't have enough information. I mean, there's a bunch of videos out there and stuff like that. I don't pay attention to those because we don't really know until we get a lot more information about people playing it. And I'll know more once I play more with Luke. And I know in GAC, I'm hoping to have him pretty squared away before, as soon as possible for GAC, then I can put him down on defense. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm going for round 4. I'm not going to get him. Like, if I were to get him in 2 days, I'd have to start going to, like, the 800 and 1600s, and that's if I don't lose a battle. So it's just not feasible. I'd like to have him by day 3 for TV. That would be cool. Then you could actually run some of those Jedi missions. That's what I'm shooting.
And I'm guessing Luke's ultimate is he does the force projection?
Yes. Now, his animation is cool. He comes out of his shell. That one was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Okay. All right. I'm kind of hyped about it. I'm more hyped about these characters than I was about Kylo and Rey, to be honest with you. And
they've done a good job with the event too. I'm really digging how they're doing it. They've learned from the Jedi Luke event, and the cinematics are fantastic. You start off with Luke. You start off on Jabba's barge with Luke and R2 fighting off the henchmen, like he did in Return of the Jedi. Then the second part is when you're over the Sarlacc pit with Han, Lando, and Chewie. And when you win, the animation's cool because Boba Fett goes streaking into the side of the barge. It's funny as hell. And then the third one's the throne room scene for Return of the Jedi. So that's pretty badass as well.
Yeah, that one was cool.
Especially, when you win and Vader's like, no! And oh, God, so good.
They did a really good job with the graphics for these characters. I mean, Palpatine looks great. And I really was wondering how they were going to do this with Palpatine, with his contraption or his harness. But it actually looks cool. It's acceptable. It's... for a hollow table game, absolutely it makes sense.
Remote approves.
I approve. I thought it was going to look stupid, but it doesn't. But it also looks cool. He has the ability to suck the life out of the characters, like he did in the movie, and Luke, is kind of he's kind of like a point guard out there, just dishing out assists and stuff like that. It's pretty good. I know you like that basketball reference there for Luke Skywalker. Yes. Just dishing it out, But
God, have you seen that new Mark Hamill and the Uber commercial with Mark Hamill and Patrick Stewart? It's just so stupid.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready.
I wonder
with cheese without wine.
I wonder with all this stuff that's coming out, did they shoot all this stuff before COVID? Everything? I know there's.
They could have done it. During COVID, but they could have taken precautions and stuff.
No, you're right. I just feel like there's there's a sizable amount of stuff coming out, content. We're getting The Mandalorian in a couple weeks. This is crazy. The Mandalorian season 2 is coming out. I'm excited about that. But yeah, there's been a lot of content. I mean, but I saw that commercial. I was like, Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill commercial is pretty funny. And you guys watch do any of you guys watch The Boys?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No spoilers.
Oh my god. I'm not going to say anything, but oh my god. Such an awesome show. If anybody out there doesn't watch The Boys, you're missing out. You should check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. And if
I
not,
saw the 6th episode. That's the last one I've seen.
The season finale just came out on Friday for season 2 and episode 8, and it's awesome.
I hope 7 and 8 are good.
So.
Because 1 through 6 has been kind of lame. I've been disappointed in the second season.
I think they're setting up, because I remember in the comics.
I hope so.
I've read the comics, and from what I saw, I've only watched the first episode for season 2. I kind of know which way this is gonna maybe go. It's kind of like when Game of Thrones was going on. I kind of had an idea, like the Red Wedding and things of that nature that were coming up, and the battles and things of that nature. So I have a general idea what I think is going to happen, what we'll see, because they can go in a different direction.
The comics almost done. Yeah, like, do they really have that much more content for that series?
Oh, that comic book series was huge, dude. It had a ton of stuff.
Well, there's other besides the 7. They haven't even gone into the other factions. Like, there's other superhero groups besides the 7.
Well, okay, so in the comic books, superheroes, yeah. So the 7 in the comic books are the most, your most powerful, your most famous ones, right? Backed by the corporation. There are other groups that are funded, lesser known groups, with heroes with lesser powers, and there's also training groups and kids groups and stuff, like people that develop powers, where what's her name, Starlight came from. And so it's really cool, and it's not just in the U.S. It's around. It's all over the place, and it was really interesting in the comics, like just the dynamic of everything that goes on in there. So it was pretty cool, and I'm waiting to see how they're going to play it so far.
Yeah, I think they've introduced another faction. I think this season.
Yes.
I think.
There's other factions. I know Jensen Ackles is signed on to do the next season. I am a huge Supernatural fan. I don't know if any of you guys watched that show.
I watched everything on Supernatural. I loved it.
Supernatural is my favorite show of all time. It's been running for 15 seasons. It's about to end. And so Jared...
Has the last episode come out yet? I thought it ended already.
No. They're in season 15. They stopped the last 5 or 6 episodes because of COVID, and they're going to finish it up, I think, starting next month or something. But Jared Padalecki, who plays Sam on the show, is going to do Walker, Texas Ranger, and Dean Jensen Ackles is going to play a character on The Boys next season. And the guy who runs the show, The Boys, the showrunner, his name is Eric Kripke, and he actually created Supernatural, the show. So he was the original creator of the show, and he wrote the show for the first 5 seasons of Supernatural. And then he left the show after season 5 because he only saw a 5-season arc for the show, and he didn't want it to continue. And the network decided to keep the show running for 10 more years. So the show was actually, it went into a dark place for a little while, and then it became really popular and really good again. The show went really well, and I think they're going to end it off great. But anyway, the guy's original first 5-season arc was epic. So Eric Kripke is a great showrunner. I'm sure whatever he has in store for The Boys is going to be fantastic. And whatever spoilers from the comics may happen. There are some things that are kind of like it seems like he's either playing with it to make us think that it might not happen at the end, or he may just completely go off script and just do something completely different anyway, which is what I think he'll do. Because I think it's, it'd be too easy for him to do the same thing that happened in the comics. So I think he'll get some of those beats from the comics, but he'll also do his own thing, and he's a really good creator. So whatever he comes up with is going to be awesome, I'm sure. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that show, definitely check it out. And it's almost Mando time, so we're gonna get to. Do you guys think that we see Yoda, Baby Yoda, meet up with a Jedi or meet up with another Force wielder in this season? Do you think that happens? Do you think?
Well, they that we know what's her name's playing Ahsoka in the series, so
That's 100% confirmed. Oh, it's not confirmed yet. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's weird that that's not confirmed at this point, right? Isn't it weird that we don't know?
Star Wars is good about that shit, man. They really are about keeping that kid in lockdown. You don't. Most of the time, the speculation turns out to be correct, but it's still, it can never be proven because that shit's on lockdown. It's like Avengers shit, man. You just cannot.
Well, we didn't know about Baby Yoda until episode 1, right? They had no hints about Baby Yoda until episode 1. My mind was blown when I saw the Baby Yoda. I'll tell you right now. As soon as I saw that the first time, I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? There's a Baby Yoda," you know. And I like that they've kept that a mystery, and I like that George Lucas is in on it because he's very protective of that character. So whatever they decide to do with it, knowing that he approves it is cool. You know what I mean? So.
Well, we'll see where they go with it. I think we're going to get Boba Fett this season. I think Ahsoka's going to be a part of it, and it's going to be interesting to see. They didn't give away a lot in the trailer, so maybe they drop another trailer between now and then, and we can watch it and see if they give any little spoilers. But no, I don't think we're not going to know a damn thing until we actually see it on the episodes, which are run every week, so we'll kind of be sitting here going, oh, shit.
Well, 100% we're definitely going to get the Darksaber again, right? So there'll probably be some explanation. We'll probably find out what happened to, what's her name? Not Satine. Is it Satine?
Sabine.
No, Sabine, but didn't she give it to, she gave the Darksaber to,
she gave it to what's her name, the Mando leader.
Yes.
And I don't know. Maybe it'll explain what happened to it afterwards because Sabine didn't have it. Actually, Sabine and Ahsoka went on the journey to go find
Ezra.
So we still don't know what happened with that. Maybe they kind of hinted on what.
Bo-Katan.
There we go. Bo-Katan, yeah. I couldn't think of the name. Mm-hmm. I know it's played by Katie Stackhouse, but I couldn't remember the actual name of the character because I'm too tired. So
I think we could
it'll
see.
Be interesting to see because I think we're going to get Mando, but it's going to be interesting to see if they drop for Mando, if they're going to drop some more characters from the Mandalorian into the game, or if they're going to wait till after the season's already hit and then they drop some stuff. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with more Mando characters for the game. The first three were pretty damn good.
That's kind of where I'm going with this. I feel like there's so many, like now knowing all the ways they can go with this, I mean, there's a chance for us to get another version of Ahsoka in this game. There's a chance for us to get another version of Boba Fett in this game. There's a chance for us to get, Moff Gideon and the Darksaber. Okay, there's a chance for us to get, I mean, obviously they could still always bring in Baby Yoda in some form or fashion. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen now. Yeah, I mean, so I'm really curious how they do this. And obviously with Ahsoka, there's a lot of possibilities. I mean, we could get Rex, we could get, we could get Ezra, we could get Sabine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a live action version of Sabine also. I mean, Filoni is on the show. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. You know what I mean? So, and Beskar Mando. Yeah, maybe Beskar Mando. That'd be cool.
We'll see.
In our game, we're not getting Baby Yoda. That's the next Jedi Knight Luke. We asked for Jedi Knight Luke for 4 years. We finally got him.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda's the new carrot. There's plenty of characters in that show they can introduce.
Yeah.
Even the insignificant ones. Some of those other bounty hunters that raided the ship with them. We get Bill Burr. We can get the crazy chick with the throwing stars. We can. There's a whole lot of characters they can bring in. So.
We'll see. I mean, I do think that if there's another version of Ahsoka or another version of Boba Fett, they'll probably put them in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really surprised that we, didn't get Moff Gideon yet. So I'm assuming that he'll be coming out too. Like, they're definitely saving a wave of these characters for when the show comes out. And they're going to slowly drip the show out, right? So we won't be seeing the season finale until Christmas time, basically.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean... So yeah, they're going to drop episodes weekly for the next few months. So yeah, I mean, they don't even have to do it now. They'll probably do like a character drop they'll start to drop characters for this, like coming into like November, December. You know what I mean? So we'll see. They could also start creating some more content. I mean, listen, they could make more game. They could have a Mandalorian game that comes out. That would be cool. Imagine like a PlayStation 5 Mando game. Could you imagine a game like Jedi Fallen Order, but with a character that we actually knew, like if it was like Ahsoka. Like imagine Jedi Fallen Order was Ahsoka, right? And it was a character that we knew already, and you know, it was like you were able to do like a same style of game, but with like Luke Skywalker. You know, I mean, with next gen graphics, like PlayStation 5 graphics. I would shit my pants. Okay, let's just say that right up to that. Okay, I would be super awesome. That would be super awesome. I mean, I liked very much what they did with that game, and I love that game. I'm just saying that, I mean, it made me even more want the same thing to happen, but with a character that I already adore, like somebody like Luke, or, you know, imagine they made a game where you are like Return of the Jedi Luke, and like you play through the story. You know what I mean? But like with the graphics that they have now, I know they did it in the past already. Like you can look at old games that did Star Wars Return of the Jedi already, but they could do it again now with next gen graphics, and it would be so much cooler. I mean, like if they did Revenge of the Sith again now with, you know, Hayden Christensen to come back and do the voice acting, and they had, if they did it, they could make such a cool game about the original trilogy. And you know, I mean, I don't know. I think about that all the time. Like, you know, like I always wanted them to make a new Ghostbusters.
I've never seen him in anything else.
He's been in movies and stuff and things of that nature. So.
Oh, okay. I was just talking. I guess the stream dropped for a second. I'm sorry. It seems to be. Yep. Okay, now it's back.
Every day he's buffering.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we were down for a second, but yeah, I was just basically saying, like, you know, in summation, that it would be cool if they did that if they created like a next gen game with the old stories. I mean, they could bring back, old characters like like Hayden Christensen to do the voice acting, and they could do, you know, the prequel trilogy in a video game where we could actually be, you know, Anakin, or, you know, or, I don't know. I mean, I think that, you know, I like for example, like Ghostbusters. Like I always wanted them to create like a next gen version of Ghostbusters, and then they finally did in 2010, and they came out with the Xbox 360 version of Ghostbusters, which is sick. You know, I would love to play a game like, you know, like that with Luke Skywalker or something like that now, you know. Anyway, yeah, so we've got a lot of opportunities for characters there. Now, the next thing I wanted to discuss with you guys was the 6A mods. So, have you guys been slicing, and you know, what are your impressions on the new mod?
One.
Yeah, one, because we got cock-blocked.
Yeah, they gave us 9 for the next tier. Just to
19 total. Like, we got enough to do one slice, and then 9 for the next. It's kind of like, okay, that's mean. I think the overall concept is good. I think the fact that they capped abilities at 5 is good, and it also will give an opportunity for people that have not hit mods with speed secondaries and things of that nature. Once they get the materials, overall it's just really good. It is really good. The only thing is, you know, we're limited on materials. They're you know, with the Galactic Challenges, so there's a little bit of a wall there. You can get some at tier 4 and 5, and unless you've got the right characters locked and loaded for each of these, then it's going to be a little bit harder for players that are coming up to get the mods initially, the mod slice materials. So we'll see. The concept, I mean, it's if there was a way they were going to do it, this is the right way to do it. So I got a lot of 4 speed hit mods. I have 23, 24 that I'm going to be. Once I get some more materials, they're going to be the first ones I slice, so I can see if I can get the speeds hit on.
Congrats, Laker Nation, with the Lakers won tonight.
Yep.
Ah, boo the Lakers, man. Boo. Boo.
Okay.
I don't care. I mean, you know,
I tell you what, man, it was hard. It was, unless you're just a Laker fan, it was really hard to pull against the Heat. They were playing some good ball. Like
the Heat really were.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They were playing in the playoffs.
Jimmy Butler deserved that championship, man. But
it wasn't just him. I mean, it was the whole team. It was really, really cool. I really enjoyed the playoffs. They did that really well. The bubble thing, I was kind of skeptical, but hey, it was very entertaining basketball.
I'll tell you, I thought it was 100% over, and they had no chance when the Clippers got eliminated. But Jimmy Butler and that team changed my mind. So it actually ended up being a good playoffs. And
hey, LeBron gets another ring, man. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you know what?
That gives him 4, and he's been to 10 finals. I mean,
he's definitely
can't
one of
argue
the
with man's
greatest.
greatness anymore.
He's one
3
of the
different teams.
One of the greatest ever, for sure. Definitely still not Michael Jordan, but one of the greatest ever.
I don't think Michael's the greatest ever, but he's top 5 for me. I don't know where I placed him, 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Definitely top 3, I think. You know what I mean? But I would say, you know, you could possibly put Kobe there, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but it's based off position too. I think it's different in different eras, so it's really hard to judge it, right? I mean, you get players like Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I mean, you just go down the list of these incredible players that had incredible careers. So, and you put Kobe in there, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, it's the who's who of basketball.
Honestly, as a Knicks fan and a Mets fan and a Giants fan, it's just disappointing to live on Long Island in New York, period. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, as a sports fan here, it's the worst, okay? It's the worst. I mean, like, you know, the Giants actually did win me a couple championships in my time, so I appreciate them for giving me my only experience with winning a championship for one of my sports teams. But the Knicks, oh my God. I mean, I watched every single Knicks game in the 90s with John Starks and Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley and all those teams, man. Every single year, Michael Jordan would knock us out of the playoffs until the one year where he retired and we actually had a chance. And then, you know,
My team beat you.
What happened?
My team beat you.
Dad,
Oh, you're the Rockets?
Dad,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing your live show.
Totally new.
Daddy,
Well, we knew that was about to happen.
Daddy, Daddy,
Yes.
while I'm waiting until you're done with your live show, can I put a little Rocket League?
No.
I want to at least get to level.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get to level 100 before you go to bed, kid. That's just the way
Yeah,
it
You
is.
gotta get to level 100. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I did all of the feats on this Galactic Challenge. I'm talking about every single one
Oh,
except
I did too. Well, the one that I didn't really care about was I did it for the upper tiers. Just
I couldn't do the 30 critical hits on the first 2 stages. I couldn't do it.
It was impossible. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not. I mean, even if you avoided Palpatine, it's just like they died in one hit. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
I didn't have crappy enough Jedi to do it. Even the crappy Jedi were like one shots. Like,
Yeah, I tried it like I'm a Gundy and Eve Koth, and yeah, like you said,
it's too stupid. So you know, but you know, they gave us 19. Okay, ha 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 ha, hardy har har. It'll be interesting to see. We should get a new one here soon this week. I would hope, right?
But you know, I did one. I knew exactly which mod I wanted to do. I took it up, and then I did all the rest of the feats, and then went back just assuming I'd have enough for the second tier, and it was like 9 out of 10. I was like, "What? This is terrible." It's just like teasing us.
It was, and it wasn't worth it. The lower tiers. I mean, the one, you know, you look at the gear and the rewards, just like.
Now, I will say that one, I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but it gave 3 full droid collars, like 350. Yeah, like the one that.
Oh yeah, it's a tier 4, I believe. Yeah.
Like that one, I struggled with,
shocking.
but I made the effort for that one. That was.
I
3
made the effort
full
on that
ones.
one. Are you kidding me? Oh Jesus.
Yeah, that was worth it because I mean, it wasn't the. I don't know if they were fully crafted or just like the 50 piece for the gear 13 stuff. That I don't know. But either way, I'll take 3 full droid collars. I'll spend 30 minutes for that. You know.
Yeah.
So you're a Rockets fan, Ranger?
Yes.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, they actually have a pretty decent team right now. I mean, you have like one of the best players in the world right now, so that's awesome. I mean, you know, but I mean, like, listen, I would take that. I would take just being competitive. You know, we don't need to be a dynasty like the Lakers or the Heat or anybody. I mean, it'd be nice to just be in it every year to have a chance. The Knicks are just so putrid, and they did. I'm not going to get into a long-winded discussion about this, but just just what they do if they literally just appeased Porzingis, right, and just did what he asked.
You guys gave away the best player you had in a decade. Just gave away.
If they just, basketball is not like other sports. Like I get it in football. Like there's always a next guy in football. There's 53 men on the roster. If you have a problem, you can go. Okay, I get it in football. In basketball, however, players control the narrative in the NBA. Unlike any other sport. Okay, you have to bend over backwards for these guys in the NBA. And as much as I don't like that, that's kind of the deal. They're all in it together. They play summer leagues together, and they negotiate terms together. And if a player wants to leave in the NBA, he's gone. But if you do what he likes, if you try to, Dolan can offer Porzingis lots of things to keep him happy in New York. The fact that he couldn't keep Porzingis happy and keep him there, and then just draft RJ, and then look at this here. Look at this team right now. If you don't literally do nothing, you just keep Porzingis for the 2019-2020 season, then you have Porzingis, RJ Barrett, you've got Julius Randle, you've got Mitch Robinson, and you can start Frank Ntilikina, Tim Hardaway Jr., whoever you want at point guard. And that's a playoff team. Maybe not. They're not winning a championship, but they're top 8 in the East. That's for sure. Just with that team alone, if they did nothing, now we're talking about like a 7-year rebuild, and we don't even know if RJ's good. At least Porzingis, you got a guy who's a stud. It's so. Giannis is not coming to the Knicks. Nobody cares about New York, okay? They have to come here, but when they're here, there are things you could do besides offering contracts. Like, you're obviously stuck with a salary cap in the NBA, but, that doesn't... You think Jerry Jones is keeping these guys happy with just their salary cap money? No, he's telling them, listen, when you're done, don't worry about the salary. Once it's done, I'll give you your own house, and you can get a car, and I'll buy you an island. No problem. You know what I mean? We'll make a road in Dallas called, Dak Prescott Avenue. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are being told they're going to get other things, other business opportunities after they're done with their playing career. These are things that attract star players to come play for your city, like Kevin Durant. There's a reason that these guys went to play for the Nets and not the Knicks. It's because this guy Dolan doesn't know how to keep people happy. He's got all the money in the world. He owns Madison Square Garden. He sells out every single time Billy Joel has a concert. But he just can't keep Porzingis happy. It's ridiculous.
Ron, I'm going to start stabbing you, man. Seriously,
I like how he led with, I don't want to make this long-winded, but...
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
no, it's ridiculous. We're doing a SWGOH stream and we've been spending 15 minutes on sports, you psycho.
Listen,
if anybody's ever curious what it's like to ride the subway in New York, what they talk about, you just heard it.
This is more than a Star Wars stream. This is a Ramon stream. Okay, so we're doing whatever the hell I want to talk about, and whatever hell Ranger wants to talk about, whatever hell Maurice wants to talk about. If you guys want to talk about your teams, we can do that too, and that's totally cool. And these people will love it. Okay, because you know what, they like sports too. We all like sports. All right, we'll move on. Anyway, just saying. The Knicks need to stop sucking.
Yeah. We got that.
Okay, back to SWGOH. So we were talking about the mod slicing. When do you see this actually becoming like a major factor in TW and GAC? As far as that's concerned, obviously having the ability to roll your mods again and increase speed another, what's the max you can roll a particular number now? Like, is it still 4 times?
The max number you can hit on a speed roll, all 6s, and that's assuming that you start with 6. What is it? 5.
Yeah, so, 5 total rolls, including the initial roll counts as 1.
So the fastest secondary speed mod you could have is a 30. That's it.
Right.
You might be. Yeah. You almost have to buy these god awful mod packs that are stored.
And they do not buy those packs. Do not buy those packs. I'm telling you, folks, don't buy that shit.
War is awful, but
it is not a guaranteed roll, and if you spend money and you don't hit, you have just basically wasted money.
Yeah, but now you got 5 extra chances.
That's
So,
true, but
They're still
even
terrible.
it's still
They're
not
awful.
a guarantee that you'll still hit them on the next 5. Again, RNG is still a big factor in this.
Yeah.
So I just don't see the investment, and I know people are buying them because they're seeing speed mods with speed 6. Like, oh my god, I gotta get this.
No,
I'm like,
guys,
no, don't do that. Don't do that. You will just be. I've heard too many horror stories of people actually going and rolling them and saying, I didn't even hit speed once. I was like, oh no.
Like you'll get much more. I mean, like if you're about to drop $60 in that mod pack, just buy the $65 mod slicing or the pack. That one you'll get more use out of that one. Neither one of them are great, but I mean you might as well get a little more for your
You
money.
might as well, because if you got mods that have hit 3 or 4 speed hit mods, even if they're like 18 at like 4, you can still get that extra hit of speeding into the 20s, and that mod becomes spectacular.
I mean, imagine. I mean, do you think there's somebody out there that has 6 mods with 30 speed secondary?
No.
Nobody has that, right? I mean, I've never seen. The highest I've ever seen on a mod is like I think like 26. I've ever seen.
I have a 27, but that's I mean, I think I've seen a couple 28s. I don't think I've ever seen a 29.
Yeah, I can't say that I've seen. Definitely not any 30s. I don't think I've really seen any 29s either.
Because you have to start off with a 6. Now, I have gotten that one time I did get out of a pool, I got a 6 speed to start off with. Now, I only got 17, but so it didn't even hit 6 on the other ones when it hit. So, and that's the other thing too, is you can hit speed 5 times, but if it's only hitting 3 at a time, it's what you get, man. So, you're looking for those mods between that 18 and 22 range on those 4 hit that you can roll to see maybe if you get like a 6. Because I've got 2 on Bassel that are like 23. If they hit 6, man, that's 29. I'll take that shit, man. Are you kidding me? I'll even take a 5. I'll take a 28, and I'm gonna keep rolling. I'll see if I can get a hit. I've got 4 more tries on the first one. We'll see what happens, because
Yeah, I'm with Nightmare. I don't think I've ever had a mod that I've had in my life that started at 6 speed. I think the most
I pulled one during the lunch stream. You can go back and watch it. I actually pulled a mod that had 6 speed starting off with.
That's insane.
So,
the most I've ever had is 5, and that's common. But I mean, 6 I've never seen.
I know, we were freaking out because I was like, "Wait, does that say 6 on it?" It does say 6 on it. Oh my god!
It almost has to roll all speed, right? Like, I mean, like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like that's so rare itself that like if it doesn't roll all speed, then what the hell?
It didn't.
I mean,
it rolled to 17. I think I get a.
That's still pretty good.
I think I hit a 6 and a 5, but it didn't hit speed on the other one. So
it didn't roll once. He said you got a 6 speed once, and it didn't roll at all.
No, I mean, I was happy I got the rolls on that one I did, because I knew, I mean, the chances you start one starting off with a 6, and 2 to have it hit 6 all of the rest of times is like
it's probably
math.
It's probably harder than getting a lotto. Probably harder than lotto.
Yeah, it's just stupid. So the ones that I got, I have 27s and some 26s, and those are the best I've ever pulled. So, and those are maxed out 5s. But I think I've got 1 to 24, a few at 23 and 22. Actually, a few of those that are four pulls. So I'm hoping I can hit 1 hit of speed. I'll take 5 on each one. I'm not even being greedy with 6, and I'll be like, hell yeah, man, there you go.
The ones in the pack have 6, he says. Yeah, right. No, that's don't believe this guy. No. The packs don't have 6.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they have 6.
They all have 6?
They all start at 6, but the problem is it's still RNG. So you can still go and roll those mods, and I'm telling you, you can hit the lotto, but you can hit nothing. And
you're not going to. Out of all the packs I've ever offered, I haven't bought one of these.
They all start at 6
these
speed.
have like the most buyer's remorse out of all. So be prepared if you buy those to feel really terrible. Unless, of course, you're like one out of the 100,000 that get that lucky 30. I mean, hell, it's even lower than that. Like, it's ridiculous, their odds.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not unnecessary.
Yeah, it's just a waste of.
I mean, at least
money.
if they gave you like some crystals with it, that would make it worth. If they gave you like 1,000 crystals with it for $20,
even then, I would still say don't buy it, because it's still not worth it. If there's too much RNG with the mods, and I mean, if you're going to spend money and get crystals, what you just again, I think. I'm just warning you.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I mean,
the health ones are really bad. I mean, health with 6 speed. I mean, you can be tempted a lot more with the speed ones with speed 6 showing, but even then, I'm still like, no, don't do it. It's bad. It's bad. Don't do it, dude. It's bad.
Don't do it. The moral of the story is don't do it.
It's like smoking weed. Don't smoke weed. Smoke weed's bad. It's bad.
It's bad. They really do all have 6 speed. I mean, at least they now know to show you that it has 6 speed on it, because these guys are really sneaky sons of bitches. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, in the past they would have the mod packs so you could buy, but they wouldn't show you any of the stats. So like, you just had to hope to Christ that you were going to get like speed as a secondary stat.
Yeah, but those were like what, $10, maybe 20, and you got one of each. And this is when mods were new. Like, this is back when mods were gated behind certain characters. So like, if you didn't have the resources to level up Jawas to Gear 9, those crit damage packs were a little more valuable than this garbage they're selling now. Like the speed, if you didn't have the certain factions. For you guys newer to the games, each of when it was first released, every mod challenge, like the crit damage, the crit chance, the speed, they all require different factions, and you have to have this faction to unlock the mods themselves. And the crit damage one was Jawas. That's why if you look at veteran players, they all have Jawas, like 6 or 7 star Gear 9 or 10, because that's what you needed to beat it. And then they just stopped. That was not fun. I hated farming Jawa. That was terrible.
Yeah, for sure. So I just want to say hi to a couple people. Hey, what's up, Ray Rock? I think I already said hi to Slash, but McFly, what's going on? He asked if any of us got Palpatine or Luke. I think Ranger and Maurice are close on Luke, but none of us have him yet. And just going to what he was saying here, and this is kind of an interesting question. I would probably normally save this for the questions and answers segment, but I'm going to ask it now since we're talking about it. If you were to put a monetary value, this is a question from Nightmare, if you were to put a monetary value on a plus 25 speed mod, how much would it be worth? Like, if you could straight up purchase a 30 speed mod, how much would you pay for that?
How much
30 speed?
30 speed?
Yeah, if you could just buy a 30 speed mod, like let's say the max.
Well, I'd pay $1, but they're not gonna charge $1. So you could put that in the monetary value. I'd say $40. They charge for those if they did.
Yeah,
they never
that would be
will.
too high for me.
No,
I'd be tempted.
Dane,
I'd be tempted. But...
Dane, I didn't skip your question. I'm coming back to you. I'll talk about it. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'll talk to you about it in a minute.
I mean, if they showed 30 speed mods, like this is what you get for $19.99, I'd be real hard pressed on pull that trigger.
But they sell for way more than that.
Yes, I know. Probably
they'd be $200, $150. They'd be $100.
Well, they don't charge more than $100 in this game, so you probably get like 2 or 3 for $100 or something like that, right? With maybe some other credits or some bullshit with it. So, I mean, for the Wells, they'd get it, but the problem is that would make the game.
Or it would break the game.
It would break the game. I mean, totally would break the game. So, I mean, that's one thing that would totally destroy this game if they had mods in there. I mean, free to play would have no shot in hell.
I could see them potentially doing that once we get to the 7Es. Like once we have a chance where everyone has a chance to get a 30 speed, you've got 15 chances to get it, then I could see them doing that. It would have been like the weekly shipments, like 1 or 2 a week. They'd probably be the same price as like the right side piece of gear, which is what, like 6,500 crystals. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to buy these mods to do a test roll. Although I wouldn't mind doing it just to try it out.
No,
not worth it.
No, man.
You wouldn't.
No,
you won't.
No, not worth it. I would do that.
Some kind of Jedi.
I am contemplating buying the Hyperdrive bundle at some point pretty soon. So when I do that, we'll do that live, because I'm probably going to do that when I get Kylo. Just to get all the gear, and try to level up Kylo. I think it'll help me speed up getting Kylo done.
Oh yes, it will.
So I'm probably gonna, as soon as I'm about to unlock Kylo, probably the night I unlock Kylo, we'll do it on stream, and then I'll do the hyperdrive bundle also. Rather spend the $100 on the relic pack? I don't know about that one. What are your guys' thoughts on the relic pack? Mike Yanch's talking crazy talk over here.
I mean, so the relic pack, it's decent. It actually is decent.
It is.
It's not. I mean, you get the large relic bundle. I mean, if you're making a move and you spend money in this game, it's actually pretty solid. Especially if you get to those close end, especially if you're trying to take characters to 5, 6, and 7, it makes a big difference, right? And you burn through a lot of salvage. If you're a spender, it's not bad. I don't think it's the best pack out there, but for that reason and that reason alone, I mean, it's pretty solid. The medium and the large relic pack. There's a smaller relic packs as well as you can get. If you're going to spend $100, if you've got the discretionary income, I'm totally fine with that. Because it does come with some really decent pieces in there. I mean, if you look at what comes in there, the 65 of the heat sinks and the other ones are, you're guaranteed at least one character, possibly two, depending on what you have, to take to 6 and 7. That's what that's for. If you're trying, like say for Luke, you want to get him to 7 or something, immediately. So if you're gonna spend $100, that one's there. The Galactic Zeta bundle, on the other hand, is total garbage. You should never, ever, ever buy this pack, ever. It's garbage. It's straight garbage. Don't buy it. The mods are not worth it. Don't buy them. Just don't do that, please. Don't buy that. But the gear bundles, the right side gear bundles, I think the relic packs are pretty solid.
With the mod packs, it's definitely a trap. It's a trap. With the some packs though, periodically you get some good value. Like I said, I'm a big fan, and I have been, of these. Where are they? Do they have any more of them? Maybe they're gone now. There were like those what are that? Not, are they ion bundles or whatever? The ones that you have with for Resistance Hero Finn and Poe, where you get like the they were like they give you like crystals, and they also gave you basically 50 pieces of the Gear 12 plus gear.
I think they've got something like that in there for Shock T right now. I think one of those. Yeah. They had one for like Sith Trooper, I think. And yeah.
Yeah, it's for those right side pieces to finish them up, and but it's not just it's for those characters specifically, but like especially the furnace ones they're pretty good. I mean, those $20 packs, whatever they cost, I think they're $24.99. I'm not looking at it right now, but those are pretty solid for finishing up a right side of a character. Because if you look at what they cost, what are they, like 6,500 or something crazy, the crystals for those point pieces, and the weekly shipments. So,
I think they were actually expired now. They're all gone. But I mean, they were.
They could be.
But they were there for a long time, and they periodically keep popping up. They're like called like the ion bundles or whatever. I forgot what the word is that they call them, but they're actually, I usually get suckered into buying those packs because there's, you get 50 pieces plus you get crystals also, and for $20, I mean, that's one of the better values I've seen for purchases. But all right, so we're coming up to the ending part of the stream here, guys. We're gonna be wrapping up in a few minutes. So if you guys have any questions you'd like to ask, or any topics you'd like to discuss, type them into the chat now, and we'll scoop them up and we'll discuss them now before we wrap it up. I'll scoop up any that we've had so far, but again, if you guys have anything you want to add to the stream before we wrap it up, now would be the time. Thane mentioned a game for Cobra Kai. So I don't even know how that would work. I mean, you're saying it's kind of like Power Rangers. What do you like? Are you like Danny LaRusso every single time? Because I mean, like Power Rangers works because there's so many different Power Rangers, right? Like, so you get to unlock new characters and all these different things. But I mean, if you're not playing as Danny LaRusso or Johnny, once you have those two characters, like, I mean, what else? How else are you playing that game? I mean, like, how many? They're very limited on. I mean, like, you could probably. What are you gonna be, Mr. Miyagi? I mean, there's probably maybe 6 characters that you could possibly want in that story, and then the rest are all just, kids from the show that I wouldn't have any interest in purchasing. So I don't know. I don't know how they could possibly sustain a game. Yeah, the students. Yep, two dojos. From the 2 dojos, the students. Okay, I mean, I'll check it out. Don't get me wrong. I'll take a look at it. But I mean, it just seems to me like, if you don't have an IP like Star Wars or Power Rangers, where there's just so many characters to pull from, I can't imagine how that would work long term, because you're going to eventually run out of interest once you sell, Danny and you sell, Johnny and Mr. Miyagi. That's it. But it would be kind of cool to play as Mr. Miyagi or any of those old characters from the original movie in a game. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, do we have any other questions, Maurice, besides the one that he asked about the 25 speed mod?
Well, I saw that one, and there was one just how better than Luke ? We don't know. We kind of touched on that earlier in the show. I mean, the 3 of us, we don't even have one of them yet. I've got one of my shard Rangers that didn't have any, so it's kind of hard to say. But, there was one on the board in TW today. That's all I've seen of it.
Yeah.
McFly's asked earlier, what do you guys think is the best Luke or Palpatine team right now?
Palpatine, you just want to surround him with tanks and stuff. Right now, Sith tanks are going to be the way to go. That's an arena. We don't know what the best team is going to be for GAC and TW yet, because you're not going to pull Malik, Sign, and a bunch of other bullshit Sith around Palpatine for one team. You just can't do it. Luke, on the other hand, you can run him with lesser Jedi. Like, I think the team that I'm going to run with Luke, I don't know what you think about this, Bill Maurice, but I have my Luke counter team for Kylo Ren, right? With Luke, Old Ben, Basila, Jedi Knight Revan, and Hermit Yoda. That leaves Grandmaster Yoda off the Jedi Knight Revan team. So I'm going to put Grandmaster Yoda with Luke, the new Luke, once it's all said and done, with like Shock T, Bears, that kind of stuff. That's the team I'm probably going to put down in GAC.
Yeah, and I think initially, like, your leftover Jedi, like you mentioned, like a lot of the Kylo counters, like for the higher end players, like characters like Grandmaster Yoda, Jolee, Barris is a great one, Shock T, like these characters are kind of left out. They're all great characters, but they don't really fit with the specific counters and this and that. So I do think the Barris Jolee combo with Luke is going to be pretty annoying. You're almost going to have to use Watt. You're always going to have to use a character that won't allow revives or another Galactic Legend. So that would be interesting to see. Hopefully I don't see any next round of TW or Grand Arena. Here's wishful thinking, because I've boosted my GP with all these characters now, so we'll see without having him. So
yeah,
I might get a nice taste of him next Grand Arena.
I'm sure you'll be seeing him a lot more. You'll be seeing a lot more of them in the next Grand Arenas, and you'll probably start to see them in the next round of GAC. But again, it's going to be mainly high-end players that have the newer ones for the time being. I think you'll see more and more Rays and Kylos, because that's where the majority of the player base is at right now. They're just starting to unlock those characters, so you're going to see a lot more of those becoming like the norm. So it's going to get to the point where if you don't have a Ray or a Kylo to place on defense for your guild, you're probably not going to be able to play even in a mid-tier guild anymore if you don't have a GL pretty soon. So they're just going to become standard at this point, I think, across the board. Because most people are at the point now where they should be close to getting their first Galactic Legend if they don't have them already. Like, I'm about to get my first. So, So Thane asks, what's up with me and old characters? So I am an 80s and 90s baby, and I find those times to have been better times. So I just love the characters from old shows. I am a very nostalgic person, obviously. If you've heard me rant before, I just constantly talk about the past. So I love talking about old school stuff and old characters. And to me, yes, I mean, like that would be cool. If to me, like if I was gonna play a Cobra Kai game, like the only thing I would care about is being Mr. Miyagi. You know what I'm saying? That would be awesome. You know what I mean? But I mean, other than that, like I could care less about Danny LaRusso's daughter in the show or anything like that. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not interested in watching what happens on the Cobra Kai show, because that show is freaking awesome. But as far as like playing them in a video game, no, I don't want to be Cal Kestis. I want to be Luke Skywalker. You know, I understand that new stories, new content. Obviously, we want to move forward. But you know, if you're talking about what's gonna push my nostalgic buttons to play a video game or something like that, of course I want to be. You know, could you imagine how awesome it would be right now to have a 3D PlayStation 5 Knights of the Old Republic, where you could actually, like, let's say with the same fighting style as you know, the Jedi Fallen Order. Like, imagine they made a game. Imagine instead of Cal Kestis, that was Revan, and you were able to play in the Old Republic with Revan. That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. Imagine you're running around like with Revan. Like, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. Sign me up. I'd pay $100 for that game. $100. Put DLC in there. You know, you can do lots of cool shit. That'd be awesome. Of course, sign me up for that. Okay, 100%. But that's what I mean. Like, you know, so I feel like, yes, of course we want new content, but they should also lean on their old stuff. But just not try to put their own twist on it. You know, just do a little bit. You know, just do it right. There's a lot of companies that do it right out there. EA can do that too, and they've been doing a lot better with their Star Wars stuff. I've heard a lot of great reviews about the Squadrons game. They did Jedi Fallen Order correctly. They've fixed Battlefront to the point now where Battlefront is a fully competent and awesome game. And
it's a dead game, and the reaction to Squadrons has been pretty bad.
You're saying Battlefront is a dead game?
Yes, they got rid of that game months ago, man.
Well, no, I know, but they did revamp it. They made it great.
They did, but it's a dead game. And then Squadrons, although there's been some initial good reviews, the people that are playing it are just like, there's nothing here. You know, it's the same stuff over and over again. And they announced that they didn't have any DLCs coming up for it and stuff too. So I mean, it's a mixed bag.
Okay. Well, it's a cheaper game too. They only sold it.
If you look at the amount of people playing it, it's not good.
It was only like $30.
Well, it's the era we're in, man. Like, you release unfinished games and just hope people buy it and stick with it. Like, I'm a big Fallout guy, and Fallout 76 was borderline unplayable. It came out almost 2 years ago, and it's borderline unplayable about 6 months ago. And now it's fun, but I mean, I bought it when it came out. You know, so Squadrons, I could see them I could see them expanding on it, but it just kind of sucks that you got to buy the game.
But they even said that they came out and said that they didn't have anything for expansion wise. And I mean, if you look at the game itself, I think it's a really solid game.
But they charge less for it. They charge $40.
They did charge less for it. I think that the price for it is fine, but if you look at the downloads, and then if you look at the amount of people playing it, on average, it's bad, like really bad. So.
I think it's a niche game to begin with. I mean, it's a game for specifically the people who love.
It is, but there have been other Starfighter games in the past that were nothing but Starfighter games, but they were so immersive. Like Rogue Squadrons was crazy good back in the day.
Okay.
You know, I mean, there were some fighter games, they're just really, really good. And this one's solid. It's a good game. I'm not poo-pooing it. But the public, and I've just been watching videos and reading articles about it, they're just, there was initial rush, but I mean, sales dropped dramatically, and the people playing it has dropped dramatically because besides the dog fighting and the other one, I mean, that's all you do in the maps. There's only so many maps, and you can customize your character and you can customize your fighter, but you hardly ever see that stuff. So the customization is nah. And so, I mean, the actual playing of it is really cool. I like it's pretty realistic, and I think they did a great job with it. But there's not enough there to keep people interested in playing it over and over again. So, unfortunately, it's just not one of those games that it's just not gonna take off, and it's not one of those games that I think is gonna last much longer.
That's unfortunate, man. That one, it would have been cool to see.
But EA is having the same problem with Avengers too, because Avengers was so poorly done that they're having the same problem with Avengers.
Avengers is not an EA game. It's Square Enix.
Well, is it? I thought EA owned the rights to that.
No, it's a Disney game, of course. But I mean, it's Square Enix, the company that makes Final Fantasy and all that, made Avengers, which is I think they did it with another company too. I have Avengers right here. Hold on.
But I know the guys I play PlayStation with said they pretty much. I don't know if you could beat the game. It sounds like they pretty much played all the content in like 3 days.
Yeah, content. I mean, the story arc you go through pretty quickly, and then you have to do stuff. But there's way too many bugs in that game, visual and other things that were just really bad.
It's made by Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix.
Again, man, they just release unfinished products and hope that that's just the way it is now.
Honestly,
unfortunately.
Honestly, I actually really like the Avengers game. I've been playing it with my son, and the story version. I mean, if you're looking for,
the story's fine. It's fine, but the problem is once past the storyline,
you're right.
Again, it's just not much there. I mean,
it's a hollow game for sure. I mean, like if you're looking for like something to immerse yourself. Hey, Jasa, and I also wanted to say hi to Kyle, and Jasa commented earlier. So what's going on? I agree. If you're looking for something to immerse yourself in for months, like a game that has, which is what this was. This is a live service game. This is supposed to be kind of like Destiny or any of these other games where you could play it for years. It's still hollow. They definitely need to add more content. But if you're just looking for like an awesome adventure and playing it through a cool story about the Avengers and using, Thor and Iron Man and Black Widow and Captain America, it is freaking awesome. It is very cool. The story that they made so far is awesome. I haven't beaten the game yet. I'm still going through it with my son, but it's been really fun. So I mean, and again, I'm playing a lot of different games. So for me, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a cool story to play through, to play it. Maybe I'll revisit it again if I really love it at some point. But I just want to beat the story, and then move on to the next game. But if you're looking for something that to really get the value out of the purchase, then yeah, of course, you expect more, especially if they promise you more. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Because a lot of these games are sold.
Unfortunately, Squadrons is dead. Squadrons is dead.
And I heard the same thing. I heard Squadrons, you can't even get matches right now on Squadrons.
No, and that's another problem. You usually get, when you first join, you're getting put into matches where it's already lopsided, and but nobody's playing it. I mean, they were. One thing I was looking at that the average was less than 1,000. I think out of whatever site it was on, the main place where you can get it, it was out of all the games we played, it was like 164. On the list of people that were playing that game at that point, and it was like, holy shit.
That's really bad. That's really bad.
Super bad.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So, so I got the PlayStation version of Avengers because I wanted the, because I know Spider-Man's going to be an exclusive on this game come 2021. I think he's going to be a DLC in the game, and he's going to be exclusive to PlayStation. And this is also going to I'll be able to upgrade this to PS5 when my PS5 comes in a couple weeks. So, so for that reason, it's cool for me. But I mean, again, I understand, like, when you're playing games like Squadrons or whatever, you expect there to be a little bit more, not just, some basic stuff. Because again, I'm somebody who wastes money on video games like an idiot, but. Some people, they only get the opportunity to buy, they want to buy maybe 2 or 3 games a year or 4 games a year. Maurice is one of those people. Maurice, you spend a shit ton of money in this game, but to be honest with you, I mean, when it comes to console games, you only buy like 2 or 3 console games. Like you play Borderlands, you play, Fallout. So, I mean, when you spend that money on the game, you're kind of there's an expectation that you're going to play this game for a long time, and there's going to be a lot of cool content that comes out. And if they don't come through on that promise, it's disappointing for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, just to comment on all this stuff in the chat, that all this stuff would be great. And the last question I wanted to answer was a question from Nightmare. He was asking about TV shows. So he's saying that he was asking which show should he watch, The Boys or the Clone Wars, Star Wars show, or Rebels. So I'm going to go ahead and agree with Slash on this one. You should definitely watch all three of them, 100%. They're all great.
Yeah, I'd start with The Boys. It's a quicker series. You can get through quicker. And then it's your choice at that point. There was like, what, 4 seasons of Rebels, 7 seasons of...
He's asking which one is better between Rebels and Clone Wars.
I guess it depends on what type of... Like, The Boys is filth in both language, content, like adult situations. Definitely not something you watch with your kids. Very gory. So if you're like, you know, kind of a PC sort of, you know, clean type of person, you're not going to enjoy The Boys at all. Like, it's going to be a turn off.
Something you watch, mommy and daddy watch late at night.
The Boys is one of the dirtiest shows. It's one of the dirtiest shows, and it's about superheroes, so it's totally misleading. Like, you're going to watch it and think, like, you know, and it's literally just murder and rape and horrible things that happen, you know? And so The Boys is a dark show, but if you're talking about the best between Clone Wars and Rebels, if you're an OG trilogy fan and you like the old Star Wars stuff, kind of like me, you're going to love Rebels. It just dives deeper into the lore, and it's all about the original Jedi with Yoda and, you know, all these characters that you're so familiar with already. Rebels... I think Rebels is actually a better show, though, to be honest with you. I think Rebels is actually a better show.
They're both on the same level. They're both done by Filoni, and they both have their moments in both of them. I say start with the Clone Wars, simply for the fact is you're going to learn about Ahsoka and her story, and there's a lot of filler in there, but when you get to the meat and potatoes of everything that goes down, especially when you get to season 7, oh my god, season 7.
Clone Wars is fantastic.
It'll lead you perfectly into Rebels, and when you see... It's basically, I consider Clone Wars and Rebels now the journey of Ahsoka. She is the consistent thing throughout all that, and just see her arc through both of those, it's pretty incredible. And that's why I'm excited to see her in Mando, with where she is in her life and where they're going to be her character and stuff.
I will say, both series have some really lame, boring story arcs, like Clone Wars and The Void with those robots.
There's lots of filler shit.
Oh my god, that was unbearable.
I would say Rebels was a little bit less with that, though. Rebels definitely had a lot less filler episodes. Rebels.
Yeah, but they did have some where.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But I'm just saying, like, the story of Kanan and, like, the Grey Jedi and, like, you know, how they kind of expand on...
I'll be rooted for them.
I'm just saying they kind of expand on the mythology a lot with the Kanan and Ezra, and because it kind of opens the door for Ezra to still be around and all these different things in the new... Like, definitely you're going to like Rebels.
Stop talking!
Okay, I'm sorry.
Step away!
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I'm talking too much. I apologize. I'm just saying. I'm saying either way. I haven't really spoiled anything, but you're gonna love both shows. And Ranger's right. You should watch the Clone Wars first to see the whole story of Ahsoka, and then Rebels kind of continues her story. So I would do it that way. Watch Clone Wars first, but that's going to take a long time. There's over 120 episodes of Clone Wars. So, but yeah, I mean, either way, that's worth binge watching, and they're bingeable. Like they're 20-minute episodes, so like you can watch like 2 or 3 episodes and then go to sleep, and then watch another 2-3 episodes the next day. Or, you know, if you're like like running on a treadmill or something like that, you can sit there and watch a couple episodes. You can do it like throughout the day. If you have like a 20-minute break for lunch or something, you can watch a quick episode of Clone Wars. It's pretty cool. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I don't see any more topics or questions.
Anybody ask any questions about the Knicks?
I don't.
No.
Even if they did,
I'm just kidding.
Even if they did, I ignore them. If you line the prequels, watch the Clone Wars. Yeah, for sure. I was just gonna mention Thrawn. Yeah. Don't mention Thrawn. Don't mention anything. He hasn't seen anything. He doesn't even know that Thrawn is in it. Nightmare says, have you ever? Nightmare says, "They ever known me to be PC?" No. I'm sure you'll love the boys. Watch the boys. Question: Go Seahawks, right? No. Go Giants.
I just looked at the score of that. I can't believe that they won that game.
The Seahawks won? Are you freaking kidding me? No way. Did Dalvin Cook come back in? Because Dalvin Cook is.
He's on my team too, man. But we can talk about that next week.
He went back to being questionable again. Oh my God.
We can talk about that next week.
Oh no. Okay. All right. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get going. F the Giant. Yeah, let's not talk about them. All right. So there was one thing I wanted to say here. Where is this? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I thank you so much for you guys hanging out. What's going on with you guys this week? Besides, obviously, you have the lunch streams on RSG every single day. What else is going on with you guys this week? Are you doing any more charity streams this week?
No more of the charity stuff until on Halloween. We're going to do the charity stream.
Okay.
A social stream for Halloween, I believe. We'll get more information on that as we get closer to it. We lock everything down, what we're going to be doing there. And then, this week will just be pretty chill. Just standard streams. We got the Wednesday stream, the Jedi Academy on Saturdays. I will be on Heinzie stream this Friday coming up. We'll have the lunch streams as well coming up Monday through Friday, where we just hang out and stuff. So we'll do our GAC. I'll be working on Jedi Master Luke, trying to get him squared away and done as soon as possible. I think that's it. Yeah, there's nothing, D&D on Saturdays, that kind of thing. So I think for now we're good.
Okay. And what about Operation Metaverse this week? Obviously, you have the stream on Thursday night. It's still 10:30, right?
Yeah, we got the stream on Thursday, and today we did a workshop for Grand Arena for the patrons. Next Sunday, we're doing a workshop with the 60 mods. Hopefully, we get a little more information on those.
More material.
Yeah, hopefully we can see a little more, because I mean, it's hard for me personally to draw any conclusive evidence because I had one shot to roll it and I rolled speed, so I can't see the secondary stats if they're the same. So I mean, mods are going to change a lot, so I think that will be helpful. And then the Sunday after that, TMoney is getting together, I think, with a couple guys from some of the higher end guilds, and they're going to do a TW workshop. So that one should be cool. I'm going to have to sit in on that one and listen. So, yeah.
Yeah, and also, they'll both be on the Jedi Academy stream on Saturday, so make sure to go check that out. I'm going to be away on vacation this week. I'm actually going on a road trip with my buddy to Chicago. Because we just don't give a shit, and we're gonna go out and have some fun. And I'm gonna go and
mask.
I'm gonna mask up, and we're just hitting the road. We're just gonna go get some deep dish pizza over at Giordano's in downtown Chicago. We're gonna be staying. I'm bringing a tent. We're gonna do a little camping. We're gonna stay in a bed and breakfast outside of Chicago in this little town called Woodstock, where they filmed the movie. Groundhog Day. Will be actually staying in the room that Bill Murray stayed in the movie Groundhog Day, so that'll be fun. And if I have any cool stuff to show you guys when I come back from the trip, I'll show you guys on the next live show. I'm hoping that I'll be back on time for next Sunday's stream. I'm not sure what's going to transpire on Saturday night. If I get close enough, it's a 12-hour drive, so if I have a chance to make it back in time, of course, we'll stream next Sunday. If I am running late, then we'll just I'll reach out to Ranger and Gom and Avi and see if we can do it another night next week. But hopefully, I can come back in time to do it next Sunday night. So we'll see what time I get back. But Cyber Shark, I don't know what Cyber Shark is, but I'll look it up for sure. We're gonna go check out the Bean. We're staying at the hotel for the like I said, for the Groundhog Day. That whole town is there. That town where they filmed Punxsutawney is there. So we're gonna go check out all the sites from that. And then there's a little town outside of Chicago called Galena that's still like preserved in like the 1800s. So there's like root beer bars and things like that. So we're gonna go check that out a little bit. Just kind of check out a few different things, get some food, and then come back. It'll just be nice to get away for a few days, not have my kid, and just kind of relax and have some good times. And yes, lots of deep dish pizza for sure. Not any deep dish. Giordano's is the best deep dish in Chicago. Definitely going to get that. But I'll probably try a couple. Just because, you know, we're in Chicago. We might as well. But I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Also, make sure to check out Boba's Alliance channel. The links are in the description, of course, for Operation Metaverse, Reality Skewed Gamers, and also Boba's podcast, Boba's Alliance. I know Avi has been working on content on that channel as well, so make sure to go check that out also. And yeah, again, I appreciate everybody coming to hang out, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. You know, may the force be with you guys, and you know, we'll see you guys then. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much.
See you guys.